Grandpa, I had the scariest dream the other night. I dreamt that the world was without water.
Oh, I can see why we need to conserve when we're in a drought. But why do we need to conserve when we've had lots of rain and snow over the winter?
Why not? After I had my dream, I started reading about our water supply on the internet, and I learned a lot about why we need to conserve.
Well, tell me why, granddaughter.
We have the same amount of water today as we did centuries ago, and yet our state's population continues to grow. Nearly 2/3 of Californians receive water from the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, and it's in trouble. Here in Hollister, we derive a good portion of the urban water supply from this system. Groundwater is an important local resource. We need to reduce our use to ensure we don't harm underground aquifers. The Hollister urban area derives most of its water supply from this resource. In response to these challenges, the California legislature passed a law in 2009 requiring a 20% reduction in per-person water use by 2020, with an interim required reduction of 10% by 2015. In Hollister, we currently use 161 gallons of water per person per day. We need to reduce this amount to 129 gallons of water per person per day by 2020.
Wow, that's a mouthful. But what can we do to help?
First off, we need to look around the house. I read that the largest water conserving fixture indoors is the toilet. If you don't have a water conserving low flow toilet, then your toilet uses up to 26.7% of your total indoor water use.
Well, how do we tell if we have a low flow toilet?
If a home was built before 1992 and the toilet has never been replaced, then it's very likely that it is not a water efficient toilet. You can check the date stamp inside the toilet by lifting the lid.
Well, I see that our toilet was from 1979. I suppose we have to go out and buy a new toilet?
Wait, hold it, Grandpa. I'm Ted with the Water Resource Association, and we provide a free toilet or a $75 rebate after the purchase and installation of a new low-flow toilet. The installation of a low-flow toilet could save a family of 4 over 14,000 gallons of water per year.
Well, that's great. What else can we do?
The next biggest water user is the clothes washer. High efficiency models use less than 25 gallons of water per load. Even if we switched out our traditional washer with the high efficiency model, we'd have to make sure we only ran the clothes washer when there's a full load.
Doesn't that cost a lot?
Actually, the prices have been going down. The Water Resources Association offers a $100 rebate. The utility company offers rebates on these models too because they use less energy than traditional washers. A family of 4 could save over 8,000 gallons of water per year by installing a high-efficiency washing machine.
Well, you're on a roll, kid. What's next?
We need to find and fix any water leaks we have at the house. Leaky faucets that drip at the rate of 1 drip per second can waste more than 3,000 gallons of water each year.
I'm not a plumber. I can't even find the leak, much less repair it.
That's okay. The Water Resource Association provides a free leak check. A technician will come to your house and check for leaks. And if it's something like leaky toilet flapper, why, they'll even fix it for free. Plus, they'll answer any water conservation questions that you may have.
You know, kid, you're really starting to impress me.
We've talked about fixtures and appliances that can save us water, but there are also ways we can change our behavior and save water.
Such as?
Turning off the tap while brushing your teeth at morning and at bedtime can save up to 8 gallons of water per day. That equals 240 gallons a month. We could also take shorter showers.
The Water Resource Association will install low-flow shower heads and faucet aerators free of charge. This will help us conserve even more water.
Great! Looks like we've covered every way to save water.
We're just getting started, Grandpa. Landscape irrigation makes up over half of residential water use. We need to go out and look at our yard.
Great. More work for me.
Actually, if we install some water-saving plants and drip irrigation, there will be less yard work to do. Our lawn takes up to 80 inches of water per year. And all that mowing? Yuck. We should plant native plants wherever possible. These plants only require the rainfall after they are established.
Well, I don't know about native plants or much about gardening.
So now, the Water Resources Association provides a list of native and drought-tolerant plants which do well in our county. We also have a reference library with books on plants and irrigation systems. In early spring, we offer free residential landscape classes. The subjects range from composting to installing efficient irrigation systems. Just check the website after the first of the year. In the meantime, you can go to the WaterWise demonstration garden in downtown Hollister at Dunn Park. The garden is on the corner of 6th and Powell, and it has a good selection of native and drought-tolerant plants for us to see. Plus, they installed an efficient irrigation system and pavers that are permeable. This allows for water to seep through the pavers and into the soil, rather than creating runoff.
I'd like to do a lot of those things eventually. But what can I do today to save water in the yard?
The first thing we can do is call the Water Resources Association. They will send out a water conservation technician to our house to inspect our irrigation system. The technician will make recommendations and develop an irrigation schedule for us. He'll also help us set our irrigation controller. We also need to pay attention to the weather. In San Benito County, we can usually turn off our irrigation system in November when the rainy season begins. Usually, we won't have to turn it back on until March. We can always call the Water Resources Association before we turn our system back on. It's just like calling your electric company for your pilot light. This way, they can check it for leaks and set our controller.
Anything else?
I learned if we're efficient with our water use, then we really don't have to conserve. If we use our water wisely, we'll also be conserving water and won't have to worry about there not being any water in the future.
And I can't wait to see how much money we're saving on our water bill.